This is OpenAir at 102.3 FM and streaming worldwide at openaircpr.org. Sage Cook was a member of the award-nominated Colorado band Elephant Revival for 8 years. Despite that group's success, he decided to recently leave the band and move to a farm on the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. The pastoral setting of his new life has inspired the project We Dream Dawn, a, quote, band with a farming problem that's intrigued by the intersection between art and agriculture. We're lucky to have We Dream Dawn here in the studio right now. Sage, welcome back. You've been here with Elephant Revival.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
And could you introduce the rest of the band for us?
Yeah, we have Air Fox on the bass guitar and Weston Hill on drums.
Well, how about we start off with a song and then go from there?
Sure, yeah. This one is called Fallout Fields. 2, 3, 4.
Spoken to choose and then be chosen. All the way shape of the valley, and as it does, so do we. To give yourself up fully, to shape the valley surely.
This is OpenAir 102.3 FM and streaming worldwide at openaircpr.org. We're in the CPR Performance Studio with the band We Dream Dawn, fronted by Sage Cook. Sage, you were a member of the band Elephant Revival for a long time, but recently you decided to leave that band and leave the state of Colorado to move to a farm in Kansas. What was the impetus behind that choice?
Probably crazy utopian ideals. You know, it's about like growing your own food and trying to live a little closer to the land and feeding off that sort of inspiration. It's definitely wasn't probably the smartest decision I ever made. I mean, well, that's how I'm feeling now because it's been lots of hard work. You know, I mean, trying to you know, we're trying to grow so many different types of vegetables and different types of food, and it's pretty difficult. But you know, in the long run, I think it's gonna pay off. And there's a bunch of different things going on. You know, I'm back home where my family is, and some of my family members weren't doing so well health-wise, and it was kind of the perfect time for me to step up and help. We have some land, and we run some cows and stuff, and my stepfather's been needing some help for a little while with that, and yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, change it up. I helped found Elephant Revival back in 2006, you know, and it was a great 8 years, and you know, and we are calling it a break. Like, who knows, I may end up back in that situation, but I was just ready to change the scenery for a little bit.
Well, one of the main reasons I was interested in talking to you all was that you describe yourself as a, quote, band with a farming problem. It's hard enough being a full-time band and touring once in a while even, but how do you wrestle that with the full-time job on the farm, which is, of course, hard work as well?
Very good question. You know, I mean, we don't know yet. We're trying our hardest, and to be honest, yeah, it has been really hard. I've been basically taking over the booking management and like basically all the business side of the band, which I've never done before, and I'm pretty terrible at. In addition to learning how to garden and grow food, we never really done much of that as well. And on top of that, canning and we have like alternative energy projects going on and just a bunch of different stuff. We need help basically, and like the long-term plan for this project is to open it up to other people to live there, because we actually have a pretty nice house, and it's a nice little place out there, and we have plenty of space, and we have an Elephant Revival's old vegetable powered school bus out there and some other housing options, and yeah, we're trying to start an intentional community. And I think, yeah, we weren't sure. I mean, I've always kind of dreamed about that, and I didn't really realize how kind of necessary it is to actually accomplish an endeavor like we're trying to accomplish. Like, there's just not enough hours in the day for us to get done everything we want to get done. So we're putting a call out to the universe to attract like the right sort of people, and you know, and also we want to throw some like other types of events out there, yoga style retreats. Air is a yoga instructor, and yeah, so we got some big plans. We're kind of in the painful beginning growing stages, you know. So we're hanging in there though. We're having fun. So
I can't imagine it's particularly easy to find like-minded musicians who are not only into music but into farming as well. I mean, how do you meet up with people who have that same interest?
Well, I've been surprised on the road. A lot of musicians I feel like aspire to do kind of what we're doing, but the touring lifestyle and stuff is actually hard. But to find people with actual backgrounds is rough. And you know, we just got super lucky when we stumbled upon Weston. You know, we actually went to the same high school, and you know, just on one fateful night, we ended up at this party in an old, you know, tin shed, and
huge rainstorm.
Yeah, he was playing drums, and I got up there and played a few songs, and you know, that was like a year before we ever jammed again.
That's when we fell in love.
That's right. It all started right then. But yeah, I wonder, maybe we should start a website, something like you know, something like that. And that's kind of what we're hoping to attract out there, is because people that are aspiring to get their hands in the dirt a little bit more, but also at the same time maintain a relationship with the arts, and we have a little recording studio out there and some art studio stuff.
And how might interested listeners get in touch with you guys?
The best way would be through our website, which is www.wedreamdawn.com. Or just search it. And we're on Facebook as well. It's facebooks.com/wedreamdawn. It's a play on words. It's kind of a weird name, Dream Dawn. Dream Dawn. Not Dream Dawn. Well, I guess we're going to play another song here. This one is called Teresa.
We're gonna get there on the winged ones, beyond the bellowing drums, through the garden, oh my homeland. I can feel it, I can feel it. Through the morning, through the suffering, to the morning light. Through this budding, through this blossoming, I can feel it, I can feel it. We'll get there, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's upon us, such a simple love, above the fog and the fire. Dance upon it, for death is honest. Art and artist, art and artist, art and artist, art and artist. Gonna get there on the winged ones, beyond the bellowing drums, to the garden, oh my homeland. I can feel it, I can feel it.
This is Open Air 102.3 FM. We have We Dream Dawn in the CPR Performance Studio right now. Now, from what I understand, some of these songs you're playing for us today haven't been recorded yet.
Yes, it's true. I mean, officially, that one actually we just played is recorded and up on our website.
Yeah, you have a few demos up on your website, but when do you guys find time to record? Is there a studio you have on your farm? Is it only once in a while you can get together and lay down some tracks?
We've been trying really hard to get in there and get some stuff done. I've set aside, weeks here and there, and it seems like every time that time gets here, we have been running into problems. It was gear in the first time, I had an interface give out, and then the last time I had to go be somewhere else for a month, basically, help my folks out, and so it's been really hard to find time, and I'm hoping that here in the next few months, coming into the winter and the late fall, we will just lock ourselves inside the house. So we have a nice sized living room, and it's all wood paneled, and not a bunch of fancy mics or anything, but I think enough to get it done. So
What do you like about recording there out in your house rather than perhaps working in a professional studio? Do you find there's any advantages to that?
I really love editing myself, and I guess being able to have as much time, not feeling like we're burning through the dollars sitting there, and really getting to use the studio as like the creative tool that I've kind of always wanted to use it for. And with Elephant Revival, we were always well, not always actually. The first few albums, we actually did take a lot of creative freedom. With the whole recording process was in a living room in Lyons, so, and that was pretty fun. I kind of I prefer that, something that's more laid back and chill, and we got our garden out the front door, and our food and everything there, and also we're not making very much money, so we're trying to keep our overhead as low as possible, So.
Is there any potential timeline for an official release from We Dreamed On?
Not right now, I'd be foolish to give any sort of timeline, but we're just gonna. It feels nice to not. I don't know. I'm definitely not forcing. I could probably try harder and we could get it out there, but I guess this new chapter in my life, I'm really just trying to maybe slow down and enjoy life as much as possible, and sometimes that means just being relaxed about timelines. So
I think that's a mentality a lot of people would agree with.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get into. Like I don't know. Finally, it's not kind of able, but it is kind of rough because at the same time I don't know. You got to make a living too. So this is a balance. Yeah.
Well, why don't we hear one more song from you guys?
Cool. All right. So this one is called "Gotta Go," and it hasn't been recorded yet.
Wasn't what you thought it was. Rarely ever really is. Rarely ever shows itself the way you often hope it did. Another link, another chain, another attempt to explain. We were left there talking circles in the question pushing rain. Oh, I've got to go. Oftentimes it's such the case, you never really can assume. On the bed rock bound, there's a fire we all spin around. It's just another little small town, word here really gets around. Oh, I've got to go. Folk, who else will feed you well? All the sun is getting low, like the water